Good morning to all present here. I'm Ramya Devi working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Engineering. Today I'm going to share a small article regarding HTTP request message. So how the HTTP request messages are sending from the client to the server in the internet. So what before that we'll see what is HTTP. So HTTP is the abbreviation of Hypertext Transport Protocol. HTTP is based on the request response communication model. So it is a protocol which is used for communicating in the internet from the client to server. For example, if we open for example, the web client softwares are like Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Chrome, and then Internet Explorer. If we open that software, so we'll have an address bar in the top left, so that we can able to type the address of the URL to which it has to be connected. For example, if you want to book a ticket in your Indian Railways, we have the IP address, the domain name of it is www.irctc.co.in. If we want to connect it to the irctc.co.in, so we have to use an communication protocol for connecting from the client to server. So for that we need a protocol, which is so that protocol is nothing but a set of rules and regulations for communicating between your client and the server. So we'll use the HTTP protocol for communication between your client and server. So we'll type the address as http://www.irctc.co.in. So HTTP is used as an request or response communication model. So here the client sends a request and server sends a response. So HTTP is a stateless protocol. So the protocol does not require the server to remember anything about the client between the request. So this is the HTTP client server communication. So first we need a client application, for example a web browser, and then we need a network communication and a hardware and the hardware which is connected to the internet, and again it will connect it to the server application. So we'll send a HTTP request, and then the request is sent to the network communication through TCP or UDP, which delivers the message through hardware and then again that HTTP request will be received from the server application. So here the HTTP request has the following structure. The overall structure involves HTTP version, request URI, request method, and then header fields as and MIMI types. So the overall structure of the request is, first we have a start line and a header field, a blank line and a message body, which is optional. So here it is a start line in which, for example, if we want to, so there are two types of HTTP message. One is get method and then the post method. So if you want to get any information from the server, we'll use a get method. Here get /HTTP 1.1. So 1.1 is the version of the protocol, and then the host to which we have to be connected, for example developer.mozilla.org, and the language which is to be accepted. So HTTP request method, request URI, and HTTP version. So this is the start line of your HTTP request message. And then the concatenation of the string like http:// the value of the host header field and the request URI forms a string known as an uniform resource identifier. So URIs are of two types. One is uniform resource name and uniform resource locator, URN, and then the URL. So URN can be used to identify resources with unique names such as books which have unique ISBNs. Scheme is URN. Uniform resource locator specifies location at which a resource can be found. In addition to HTTP, some other URL schemes are HTTPS, FTP, mail to, and file. So this is an examples of an URL like FTP : the file mail server which is to be connected, and telnet mail to HTTPS and file. And next comes the HTTP request method. So as we have discussed, request has two methods like get method and post method. Get method used when you type a URL into the location bar of your browser, and post method is typically used to send information collected from form displayed within a browser back to the web server. And these are all the request methods like get, post, head, options, put, delete, and trace. And these are the header fields. Like host header field is used when forming the URI associated with an HTTP request. Each header field begins with a field name such as host followed by a colon and then a field value. And this is the overall example of an header field. And MIME is a multi-purpose internet mail extension. So an internet email protocol used to describe message content types, and MIME messages can contain audio message, video, images and application programs as well.